Hey TD Superheroes, I'm Alejandro Perez, your sidekick, and in this video we are going to create a tool that we can use to build out the selections for our variables. So this is going to be kind of a standalone video right here where we show how to do that, and then we will integrate it to the base rig that we've been working on. So let's take a look at kind of what the tool will do. So like right now I just have the default selections, but let's say the base head geometry was all of a sudden going to be this. You can select it and then it will update that. And then when we can end up querying these values later and be able to assign that to different things that we're doing. So like, for example, in our auto rig head, we can do the, not create skeleton, but this one. Base head is selection 0. So instead of doing selection 0, we can actually grab the value from here and we would be able to get the base head. So let's take a look at doing that now. I'm gonna import Maya.cmds as MC. I'm gonna define a function to create the window. So let's selection window. And once we get to integrating it to the other code, we're actually going to simplify this function to actually end up only being the code that is for the layout of the window, and then we're going to add that as a tab to our main rigging window. Okay, so we have this, and we got to check to see if mc.window, and then let's call this select parts, and this has to be a string. Exist equals true, and let's expand this. Okay, so we're checking to see if the window exists. If it does, mc.delete UI, select parts. Then now that we know that the window doesn't exist, we can create the window. And then let's create a layout. In this case, I'm going to use a grid layout. The number of columns is going to be 3. Is it 3? Yeah. Then we want the cell width height, and that's going to be equal to, let's try 150 and 20. Then the basic idea is that we're going to give it a text to describe what the current selection that you're going to be modifying is. So L for label equals, and then we'll say base head. And then we're going to do a text field. And inside of the text field, we're going to need to give it a name. So let's say this is the base head field. And then we'll leave it blank now, but we'll actually update it with default values. Now that we have the text field, we need to create a button. And the button is going to be our update button. Okay, and then let's run the selection window. Oops. There we go. Oh, we didn't show the window, so let's show the window. Show window. There we go. So we have the base head, we have a field, and then we have to update. So that's the basic layout that we're going to be working with. So the button needs a command to run to update the field. So let's create that function. I'm going to define update part field. And then what we're going to do is we're going to need a variable that's going to be part. And then we're going to say mc.text field. And then we're going to look at specifically the part, which is going to be the variable here. And then we're going to say edit equals true. And it might be text or value, we'll see. Let's try value. Let's do tx equals true. So, oops, I said 3. It should be E for edit. So we got the part, the field, and whatnot. So in this case here, we're going to say command is equal to. We need to do this as a string, so we do that. And then the part is going to be the base head. And because this is a string, we have to switch it over to the other types of quotes so it works. So let's see if this works here. We're going to click update, and there is a issue. It says object base head not found. And let's take a look at that. So we have the text field is actually called base head field. So let's copy this. Base head was just text. I selected the wrong item. Okay, and then let's try update. And we can see that it just says true. Let's take a look. Is it value? Oh, sorry. I know what tx is what we want, but it was giving us this true value. What we want is the current selection. So let's get the selection mc.lssl equals true. And this is going to be our selection variable. And then let's do a condition statement. If the len of cell equal to 1, then we do this. Else mc.error, and I don't remember the flag for the error. It just might be value. Let's see. Error. Okay, we just put a string in there. So we got the string, and we'll say only one object must be selected. Okay, embedded syntax. Where did we mess up the syntax? Oh, text right here is going to be cell index level 0. Let's try that now. There we go, we get the base head. Now if we want to set up a default value, let's copy this so that we can use that. In the text field, we can go here and then do comma tx equals, and then in strings we'll put that. So that's going to be my default value. So if I run this, you'll see that it is there by default. So if I clear it and X out and then run this again, you'll see that it has that base text. So if we wanted to add other elements, we can do that. We basically need these 3 lines, and we'll paste them here. This time, instead of base head, let's say that we do hair, and then we'll say this is the hair field. The default value is going to be my hair geo. So let's copy that, and then text hair field, then, or hair geo, then the string that we need here is going to be the name of the text field. And then let's run this. Line 13. Oh, this should be label equals. And then over here, we'll do here also label equals. And let's try that again. And then we have those default values, and we can select whatever geometry we want to update those, and then we can basically get a query for the text, and then we'll be able to get those values inside of any other code. All right, that's it for this video. We'll see you guys in the next one.